Do you ever regret taking that second fight?
Nah, I don't agree. That's the type of fighter I've always been. I'll fight anyone, anywhere, anytime.
What's up, everybody? I'm Matt Welty, here with UFC featherweight champion Alexander the Great Volkanovski. You got UFC 325 coming up, the rematch with Diego Lopes. What are you expecting for that fight?
Expecting Lopez to bring it. We all know he's an exciting fighter and very dangerous, and he's always going to obviously come forward and look to put those powerful hands on someone. Not only that, he's obviously got a pretty good jiu-jitsu, very dangerous on the floor as well. So we know he's going to bring it. So it's obviously going to be exciting for everyone. But I know how to capitalize on these guys.
Coming off the first fight, I feel like it was kind of one-sided in your favor. Were you surprised that there was a rematch, or were you expecting it?
If it was brought to me straight away without the, sort of seeing it play out the way it did, I would have been surprised. But from how it sort of played out, like just, the Movzar and Pico, that fight not happening. So I realized obviously it's not going to be Movzar. Lerone Murphy put it in. And then after his win, I thought it would be him. And then they're like, no, we're waiting for this fight against Silva and Lopez. So that's when I'm like, all right, they're looking at maybe one of these guys. Lopez wins, and they're saying, yeah, we don't know yet. So I sort of got eased into that. But it's no real surprise just knowing how exciting he is, and obviously being the guy he is, fighting anyone, anywhere, anytime. I know you're going to get favored if you do that.
Yeah, because I talked to Dana a few weeks ago about the fight, and with people saying that maybe it should have been a different opponent, and his response was, "If you don't like it, don't watch the fight."
Yeah, that's a Dana response. Yep.
And I know everyone talks big. I saw his press interviews earlier, and he said he thinks he's going to finish you in this fight. Do you realistically see that happening, or obviously not? But what gives him the confidence boost
No,
at this time?
that's. I mean, he's has to believe that, right? I don't think
Yeah.
he thinks he's going to beat me for 5 rounds. If he thinks he's winning, he knows it has to be the knockout. And you know what I mean? If he does win, it has to be him catching me. I believe that's his only chance of winning. So, and that's no knock to him. I think that about everybody. So he does have a puncher's chance. I'm always going to respect that. But, he did have 5 rounds just 10 months ago to try and do that. And he couldn't. He obviously landed a couple. I was able to luckily survive them and keep doing my thing. But, yeah, just don't let him have their moments, and I'll be sweet.
Does that worry you, with that? Because I mean, obviously he had that the spinning elbow with John Silva, and he caught him and knocked him out. Does that worry you a little bit that you're just going to be this one moment where you let your guard down and you need to keep it up?
I mean, that doesn't worry me because that's the fight game. That's
Yeah,
how it always is.
yeah.
That's how I've always seen myself losing, only losing that way. Someone catching me making maybe a mistake, or then just happening. You know what I mean? Like that's just how I see things. So I'm not worried about it. That comes with the game.
And I'm sure you obviously know that there was all this talk yesterday with Arman saying if he doesn't get a shot at 155, he wants to come down and potentially fight you for the championship. How do you feel about that?
I mean, yeah, big. Having a guy like him, obviously we've got a stacked division. To have someone like Arman in it will be
Yeah.
incredible. Whether he can make the cut, I'm not sure. I mean, he's not too big. Maybe he could, but yeah. I mean, like whether he gets to come in and jump straight in the front of the line, I don't know about that. But because you've got your Movzars and Ron Murphy, who's probably going to fight, and I think that's going to be clear who's next. But it'd be very exciting. Obviously, a tough challenge for any of us in our division. So, but if he does, obviously, I'd welcome that, and yeah, it'd be honoured to fight him.
Being 10 years in the UFC, do you want to now just kind of like fight next man up and just give everyone a shot, or do you kind of hope for these big superstar, headlining fights?
No, I don't really care about that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, as long if it makes sense, okay, for sure. But I mean, for me, I want to. I've always been the type of guy I want to fight the guys that there's a rankings for a reason. I always try and go by that. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, it doesn't really matter for me. I mean, an undefeated guy like a Movzar, if he was to fight Murphy and win that fight and be a clear guy, that's my number one sort of option right there. Just knowing that he's obviously definitely earned his shot, undefeated. Um, and then he's taken out all the contenders in our division. That I think that'll mean much more to me than just having a super fight. But I won't say no to a super fight either.
I feel like you have one of the most iconic walkout songs. Obviously, being in Australia, I feel like it rings off a little different when it comes on. Have you met Men at Work?
No, I haven't. Actually, I haven't. I mean, I should have organised them. It would have been great to have them play. Imagine them playing the
Yeah.
song while I'm walking out. That would be sick. But no, I haven't actually. But yeah. Hopefully, I don't know. Every fight week, I hope they get, obviously they would get the royalties for every time the song plays. I'd say, so hopefully every time I fight, they get in good money.
Does that song feel different when you're walking out when you're not in Australia when it comes on, or does it just feel the same every single time?
I mean, it will feel different here because, like in Perth, it felt different.
Yeah.
Like everyone singing it was insane. But it's funny because even in Miami, everyone was still singing the song, and like I was in a totally different country. So it was that was pretty cool. I think everyone's loves the song and everyone gets behind it now. So it's always fun.
I was interviewing Islam like at his fight in New York City recently, and he kind of complained about how in Australia he feels like it's unfair and there's like a bunch of home cooking. How do you react to when people say that? Do you think they just use it as an excuse?
I mean, yeah, look, I like Islam. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter, and again, when things don't go your way, you're always going to point to things like, they're going to be like, oh, we didn't get long enough rehydration. I was like, you had a whole day, like 30 hours, like 28 hours or 30 hours, which is what it's meant to be. There's some places where you get more than that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's, I got to do that when I'm here in a Perth fight. If I'm doing a featherweight fight and all that sort of stuff, it's just, I was always going to be a tough fight. You know what I mean? And they're going to point it down to things like, oh, why do I have so much trouble? So you never want to be like, oh, he had my number or he was just that good. Everyone's going to always try and find whatever they can. But the thing is, like, I had a lot of things happening that week too. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
I had a few injuries going into that one. You know what I mean? It's just, that's the game. Things are happening every single time, every camp. And people just don't know about it. Maybe when you watch the documentaries and that, like maybe I'll get a documentary and you will know about all this stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that's just I understand. Like maybe mentally it got to him. Maybe that's what it is. Mentally, when things weren't going his way, he was mentally breaking because he was like, "Oh no, I'm not hydrated." Like that could maybe affect you. But yeah, I think it was just I was always going to be a tough fight for him.
Do you ever regret taking that second fight with the way it turned out, or you're just like, a fight's a fight?
Nah, I don't regret. That's the type of fighter I've always been. I'll fight anyone, anywhere, anytime, and I proved that night. And that's the same guy that turns up in the gym every single time. That guy, that mindset, mentality. So, if I wasn't that guy, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I don't care that I did that. I would never take that back.
Yeah. And after the fight with Ilia, did that like make you ever question what was next in your career? You're just like, I'm gonna get up and fight again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. It was like definitely because you don't want to take too many knocks. 2 back-to-back's not good, and having the break and then really enjoying the break is like, man, do I really want to get back into this? And then I've got to try and get my mindset back into fight mode. And so there's a lot going on during that, but I know how to flip a switch. And if I need to, get my headspace or mentally get somewhere, I'll be able to do it.
Yeah, because I think I remember around that time, it's like, I just see you get super heavy into cooking and all that sort of stuff. And it was like, is he going to be done with it? Is this the new route? Did you ever like tease that in your mind that, I could just be lifestyle Volk now? Or
I was going to fight again, but I was like, it was good for me to just grow so much outside of fighting. That's something that was very, very good for me, which gave me, made me a lot more confident and comfortable, which helps even in the octagon.
Yeah. Obviously, food's really big with you. If you had to guess, like, the best kebab you ever ate in your life, what would it be?
Best kebab?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would go, as in the one on the skewer?
Yeah.
The wrapped up?
Yeah, like a souvlaki sort of situation.
Yeah, souvlaki. Okay, yeah. Well, souvlaki's my favorite. When a lamb, you get the right lamb.
Yeah.
I usually just tomato. We've obviously got to have the right marinade. Just tomato, capsicum, and onion.
Yeah.
And then lamb, capsicum, tomato, onion, lamb, obviously just like that. And a nice char. Get it nice and hot, good nice char. Have that medium. And then with a little bit of toasted sourdough or something like that. Oh, every time. Maybe a bit of tzatziki as well. Beautiful.
You know, obviously you're good friends with Action Bronson as well. I saw him in the gym. He posted a video this morning where he was Zercher squatting 315 for reps. Do you think he could block a double leg takedown from you?
I reckon, yeah. If he sees it coming, yeah. He's a good, close to the ground like me. Us shorter guys, short, stocky guys are hard to take down. I reckon he could stop. I reckon he could stop just a simple double leg. I reckon he could. That's where I need to start changing the wrestling to maybe get him.
Definitely. Something we have in common, both Orthodox Christians. We got Lent coming up. Is that something that you're going to put yourself through after the win, or is that something you've put yourself through in the past? I know you're a big food guy. It's probably a difficult ask for you to fast for a bit, but...
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Here and there I've done it. I have done it, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've done enough of that. I can say I did that during camp. And
yeah,
I've done a fast this week. Maybe, can that count? Is that counting?
I think so. I think that counts to some extent, right?
Okay.
Definitely. In being 37, in your mind, you're like, I have this many fights left, or do you just want to keep fighting until all of a sudden you can't anymore?
I mean, no, there's a lot that comes into it. Obviously, you want to make sure you're still feeling good and all that. You don't want to take too much damage. So a lot of things will come in, but my plans are to keep going. I still feel like I can build on that legacy. So let's go.
Is there anything left on a list of things you want to accomplish before your career is all said and done?
I mean, now my focus is just defenses against the new era.
Definitely, yeah. I appreciate you taking your time, Volk. That's all the questions I had. And good luck at UFC 325 versus Diego Lopes.
I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Stay tuned to Complex News for more UFC coverage.